morning, and as we round Oshid Corner, today's plan is breakfast at the Cabin Cafe, then head to the boat inn at Jackfield near Ironbridge for the classic bike day, and then possibly go over to Millmeece for their general interest day. So let's see what happens. Andy's following on his overhead cam 350 special, which is more or less a BSA bottom end and a Ducati Desmo top end. All very interesting. And yes, Bridge at Bewdley is still one way only. I believe it's flood defence work they're doing. Still, we won't be coming back this way, so it should not be a problem. And before too long we roll up at the cabin, which I must say I've not seen this many bikes here before, but I dare say we'll find somewhere to sit and have breakfast easily enough. Just for a change, I opted for a traditional breakfast: sausage, bacon, egg, beans, tomatoes. Andy had to eat the mushrooms, and thanks to Steve for the black pudding that he didn't want to eat, so I did. So all in all, everyone was happy. Right, off towards Jackfield. So we'll follow Jonathan. He seems to know where he's going, so carry on. Andy and Steve are following, so with any luck all four of us should be there in what, half an hour or so, something like that. There's a lass on a rather large oss up in front, so we give her time to get out the way and creep past as quietly as we can. Down alongside the Tile Museum. Well, there certainly seems a few folk here today. There again, the weather does help. Glorious sunshine, not too cold. All we need to do is find somewhere to park. As you can see, there's quite a few folks here today. Unfortunately, the folks that live up the road from the show are having difficulty getting their cars out, so that could put paid to this event. I do hope not. That'll be the River 7 then.
Yeah, did you do a small? I did 3 of these up today. Yeah, quite fast. No, absolutely not. What do you do?
Right, let's try and get out of here. I think we should be alright. Whoops. Guess who forgot to turn the petrol on? But we caught it before the engine cut out, so no harm done. And back over the River Severn we go. And onward to Ironbridge. A few scooters. I bet they're heading for the show. And a few more scooters. And a scooter. And a lot of scooters. Quite a lot of scooters. And there past the blast furnaces at Bedlam. Ah, no, I should have took the first left on this island, that one. But instead I went down here. And with hindsight, and looking at the road map after, it actually paid off. We took more or less a straight line through Telford to pick up the A519 later to Eccleshaw. So there you go, that was a bit of good luck. More luck than judgment, that's a fact. And yep, still got Jonathan and Andy behind me. Steve had to leave the show and head home for family commitments, so he didn't join us on the ride over to Millmeece. And here we are, the Millmeece Steam Pumping Station, which will have a collection of stationary engines, tractors, cars, motorcycles, in fact anything of general interest, because it is their general interest day. There you go, an American type fire engine. That's generally interesting. Right, best thing to do, I reckon, is park up and have a little wander around, see what's happening. Oh, and grab a cup of coffee and a slice of cake, of course. Wouldn't be Millmeece without the coffee and the cake. And a few stationary engines. Yep, I suppose they are generally interesting. Yep, I certainly seem to enjoy pumping water. Normally it's bright blue. Maybe they've gone all green. There we go, running at roughly 450 revs per minute. I can get the guzzy to tick over at that, just about. Right, let's have a look inside at the actual pumping engines. One is an Ashton Frost and the other is a Hawthorne Davy. And that flywheel weighs roughly 31 tonnes and spins at 16 revs per minute. The conrod coming out of what I believe is the low pressure cylinder. Ah, now this is new. this wasn't there last time I came, and nor that engine there that he's just started up. That's the type of engine that is normally used in steamboats. There we go, a little steam water pump that fills these tanks, and when the weight of the water overcomes the centre of gravity, it tips and the tank empties. And as it empties, it knocks that pivot at the top to fill the other tank. And likewise, when that tank tips, it should knock the pivot over to fill the other tank. And that's how they get the oil to the big end assembly, for want of a better word. Besides that flywheel, and there's no run out on it whatsoever. And a few interesting model engines to look at. There we go, that will be the valve gear on the low pressure cylinder. And part of the automatic lubrication system, and then back up to the valve gear again. Once again, you see just how true that flywheel runs. There you go, for want of a better word, a rev counter. Right, it's after 3 o'clock, so we best make our way toward home. I think me and Andy will be taking the M54 at Cosford in the direction of Wolverhampton, while Jonathan will be going in the direction of Telford at the same junction. I have to say, weather-wise, we couldn't have asked for a better day, really. And yes, a pretty good turnout at Millmeece too. And junction 3 of the M54, which is 20 miles from home. Now normally it shouldn't take long, but I'll guarantee the M6 of a Sunday afternoon will be rammed. Okay, it wasn't quite as bad as I thought, but we still had to do a little bit of wiggling through the traffic. Certainly sharpens the concentration, if nothing else. It's times like this I'm glad I went on the bike, not on the trike. there again, we only had traffic like this for a mile and a half, if that. We were soon at junction 9. Junction 9 at Wednesbury. And we're off the motorway at last. Oh dear, no shit corner I'm afraid. So we've come into the estate from the other end. Well, there we have it, decent day out, nice little show. Millmeece, always worth attending. The Goldie behaved itself. Both cameras did what they're supposed to, so that's another bonus. So all in all, I'd say a good day out. Until the next time, see you later.